The man wakes up and walks down the street. He's shocked to find the once bustling town completely deserted. He doesn't know what happened. He searches for any sign of people. He glances back and seems to have made a discovery. He sees a beautiful, fair-skinned woman sitting in a car not far away. He can't hide the joy in his heart. His face is filled with a smile, and he talks to the woman, asking if everyone is asleep at home. The town's become a ghost town. Despite coming to the front of the car, the woman in the car still doesn't respond. So he opens the car door. A mannequin falls out onto the ground. Looking at the handsome statue, Jack is first surprised, and then smiles wryly. He wonders if his eyes are playing tricks on him. He continues his search. Unexpectedly, there are no keys in the car. While feeling depressed, a phone rings nearby. Very excited, he rushes to the phone booth. But after picking up the receiver, no one speaks. He kept calling repeatedly. Still no sound came. Dejected, he hung up the phone. After going out, he came to the police station. It was also empty inside. He started to suspect he was being watched. He came to the prison cell. It was empty. He still didn't give up. Continue searching. He found that the faucet wasn't turned off in the sink. A towel that was half wet. Beside it was a razor covered in fresh foam. It was obvious that someone was here just now. He wondered if he was dreaming. After leaving the police station, he shouted loudly, but still no one responded. Then he came to the dessert shop. He started to freely pick his favorite desserts. Now you can enjoy it. Anyway, there is no one. After eating, he wanted to pick a magazine to read. He didn't know if he would read it. A glance really startled him. He was surprised to find all the magazines were the same. Titled The Last Man on Earth. Think about my current situation. This is talking about me, isn't it? The more I think about it, the more terrifying it becomes. Even harder to accept. It was already dark outside after leaving. Suddenly, a light shone over. The surrounding streetlights gradually lit up. Behind him was a cinema. He walked into the cinema. He was soon attracted by the poster at the door. It was a portrait of an Air Force pilot. Looking at his own clothes, they were the same as the ones in the portrait. This meant he must be an Air Force pilot. At this moment, he was filled with excitement. Like a child. Like discovering 2 + 2 is equal to 4. He began to get excited. He wanted to tell everyone, but the surroundings were still silent. This made him quickly calm down and think. Suddenly, the screen began showing a movie. The first thing he thought was that someone must be operating it. He ran, shouting. He quickly rushed to the projection room. All he saw were cold machines. After a closer look, he found the room empty. All this just now felt too weird. He was so scared he couldn't help but step back, wanting to leave quickly, but he accidentally bumped into a large piece of glass. At this time, he was already panicked, staggering out of the cinema. He tripped again while running. He didn't care too much. He quickly scrambled up. He continued running. While running, he crashed into a bicycle, falling to the ground again. At this moment, his heart was struggling, but more likely, it was despair. He didn't know why this was happening. When he took a closer look, a huge eye came into view. He was startled. Now he completely broke down. He became delirious, anxiously pressing the traffic light switch. Obviously, he mistook it for an emergency alarm, constantly repeating, "Help me, please," but it wasn't that simple. Suddenly, the scene changed. A group of officers appeared. They were watching something, only to see inside the screen a real-time transmission of Jack's distress signal. At this time, Jack was close to going crazy. One of the officers saw this and ordered his aide to wake Jack immediately and release him. Another commander also used the intercom and hurriedly issued an order to stop the experiment. Then a group of people ran towards an iron box. Clearly, Jack is inside. He looks incredibly worn out right now. He even smashed the large clock. He has many monitoring electrodes attached to his body. You can see how uncomfortable he is. His colleagues quickly check on him. It turns out Jack is an astronaut about to land on the moon. The experiment now being conducted is a simulation of a lunar journey. Under this kind of closed, solitary situation, what effects will the astronaut experience? At this time, Jack has been in a sealed iron box for 20 days. He has been under immense physical and mental stress. What he saw and heard before were hallucinations. Through experiments, it is known that people not only need material security, companionship is also essential. After all, the most terrible thing is loneliness. Otherwise, people will soon collapse.